In this video, we'll explain how to use these functions with step-by-step examples, helping you fully understand the differences and use case. By the end, you will know exactly when to use sum and when to use SUMX. So if this is your first time watching my content, don't hesitate to click the subscribe button. So the difference between sum and SUMX. So as per the definitions, sum is a simple aggregation function that computes the total of all the numeric values in a single column. So that means if you have, for example, if you have a table called sales and if you have a column called amount, and if you want to see the sum of the amount column, values in the amount column, you can directly use the sum function in DAX. However, SUMX is an iterator function, meaning it performs row by row calculations and then sums the result. So it evaluates an expression for each row of a table and then sums those values. SUMX is more flexible than sum because it allows you to define a more complex calculation that needs to be performed on each row before summing. So at the end, both sum and SUMX does the same thing. They do the sum of a particular column or an expression. So in sum, the sum function you need to use if you have a direct column available in your table, and SUMX you use when you want to create an aggregated column. I mean you want to create a calculated column based on multiple columns in your table, and if you want to sum that particular column, you need to use SUMX. So at the end, sum is used on a direct table and SUMX is used on the calculated table with the calculated columns. So now let's see with the example the difference between sum and SUMX. So you have this table called sales, you have product, quantity and unit price. So I'll create a measure here with sum. So measure sum measure. So here what I'll do, I'll simply use sum of unit price, okay, or sum of unit price. It will give you the total unit price sum, okay. So and if I want to say this is the value. So let's convert it into table. So this is the value 21 and this is the data we have. So you have ABCD rows, quantity 10, 20, 15, 25, quantity, and unit price 5, 6, 8 and 2. So it's 6 plus 5, 11 plus 8, 19 plus 2, 21. So in the earlier when the measure which we created, we are using the sum function on this unit price column. So it is giving us 21. So now comes the main thing, SUMX. So new measure, and here it is. I'll rename this column as SUMX measure. So SUMX measure, I'll use SUMX of, okay. So if you see the arguments, you have the table and expression. So table, I'll use the sales table, comma expression. Expression is nothing but a calculated column or an expression which returns a single column of data. So here expression, I want to do quantity multiplied by unit price. So sales of quantity multiplied by unit price, sales of unit price. So and if I save this, SUMX measure is created, and I'll use the SUMX measure here. It is 340. SUMX measure is 340 because, yeah, if you see here, 10 into 5 is 50, 20 into 6 is 120, 15 into 8 is 120, 25 into 50. So if you do the sum of all these rows, as you see here, SUMX is an iterator operation function, meaning it performs row by row calculations. So in this row by row calculations, so if you see this measure, I have kept sales quantity into sales of unit price. So first row, quantity into unit price, which is 10 into 5, 50, and then it goes to the second row, 20 into 6, it is 120. So the first row 50 and the second row 120 gets summed up, and then each row by row it performs the row calculation and then sums the result. So that's why you see 340 here. So now if I use this sum measure here and SUMX measure here, so SUMX measure for this particular row is giving 10 into 5, which is 50, and here 20 into 6 it is 120, 15 into 8 120, 25 into 2 is 50, okay. And the overall total is giving you the sum of these 4 rows, which is 50 plus 120, which is 170 into 2, 340. So this is how SUMX is working. and this is how sum measure is working. So hope you all understood the difference between sum and SUMX. So here are the key differences. Operation type. So sum performs a direct sum of a single column. SUMX evaluates an expression for each row of a table and then sums the result. As we have seen earlier, it calculates the product of quantity and unit price for each of the table and then sums that particular value. Use case. Sum is used when you need to sum values in a single column without any additional calculations. SUMX when you need to perform calculations on each row before summing the results. So you need to perform calculations on each row. That doesn't mean you do quantity into unit price. You can perform any calculations, and what SUMX does, it does the calculations for each row and then does the sum. Performance wise, sum generally faster for as it is a straightforward summation of a single column. SUMX may be slower as it performs row by row calculations, but it is necessary for more complex aggregations. These are the simple differences and the main differences between sum and SUMX. So hope you all like this video. If you like this video, please click on the like button and also click on subscribe for more videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.